Hello friends, hope you are good. This is our lecture number 9 of unit number 6. In previous lecture we have seen about the man-machine relationship and their working environment affects significantly between this man-machine relationship. Also we have discussed about the displays and controls forms the important part of the man and machine. Now in this lecture we are going to design this equipment for display, controls and working environment. So let's get started with this lecture. Display. Displays are the devices through which the man or users receives the information from the machine. This is the definition of display. A good display is one which allows the proper combination of speed, accuracy and sensitivity of display. Obviously, the displays are the devices can be broadly classified into two categories. The first one is qualitative and another one is quantitative. Let's see these two categories in detail. The first category of display is qualitative display. This display only shows the quality of the parameter, so we can define it as the display which indicates only the condition or state without giving the values are known as qualitative displays. The best example of these qualitative displays are traffic signals and on or off indicators. In this figure you have seen the circular dial and the state legend, in which only the hot, cold or warm temperature can be shown but not the degree of that temperature. The another category is quantitative display. This displays only shows the quantity of that parameter we have to calculate. So it is defined as the display which gives the quantitative measurement or numerical information are known as quantitative displays. The examples of these displays are voltmeter, ammeter, speedometer and watches. Here you can see the examples of quantitative displays. This display shows the measurement or numerical information. So far we have seen about the categories of that displays. Now consider some ergonomic while designing this display. The scale on that dial indicator should be divided in suitable linear progression such that 0, 10, 20, 30 and so on. If in case it is not possible to divide this scale into linear progression, so the number of subdivision between this division should be kept minimum. The vertical figures should be used for stationary dials, while radially oriented figures should be used for rotating dials. The height of that letters or number should be greater than or equal to reading distance divided by 200. This reading distance is nothing but between the scale or displays to the man user. The pointer should have knife edge with a minimum parallax error. You know about the parallax error. Consider you are seeing this water level from your eye level, so you will get 19.70 ml. But if you seen it from some below height of your eye level, you will get 19.82 ml, which is more than the actual measurement. But if you see this from height of your eye level, so you will get 19.62 ml, which is an error. So correct measurement is 19.70 ml only, but you will get different measurement from, if you see from different height. This is nothing but the parallax error. Then the number of then the number should be increased clockwise direction on a circular scale, upward on a vertical scale, and rightward on the horizontal scale for easy of access. Then the distinction in display groups should be made with the help of color, shape, and different sizes. So these are the some ergonomic consideration you have to keep in mind while designing of that displays. And the last one is important displays like warning can be more effective by the use of flashing lights. Then the next point is controls. The controls are the devices through which the man or user gives his instruction to the machine. The type and the size of the control devices selected depend upon the following factors, and they are the required speed of operation, the required accuracy of control, the required range of the control, the required direction of the control, and the convenience of the control for the user. In this figure you have seen the types of controls. The various types of control used in machine are crank, hand wheels, star wheel, foot pedal, knob, push button, toggle switch, joysticks, and others. Now, like we previously designed some displays by considering some ergonomics. Now we have to keep in mind while designing the controls also. So let us discuss that. The control should be easily accessible and properly positioned. The controlled operation should involve minimum motion. The shape of the control devices which comes in contact with hands should be conformly with the anatomy of hands, and the control should be painted in proper color to attract the attraction. So these are the some ergonomic consideration we have to consider while designing of controls. Then the last one is working environment. The working environment affects significantly between the man-machine relationship. It affects the efficiency and possibility of the health of that operator or the user using that environment. The major working environment environmental factors are lighting, noise, temperature, humidity, and air circulation. Lightings, the intensity of light in the surrounding area should be less than that the task area. This makes the task area the focus of attention. The operators will become less tired if the lighting and color scheme are arranged so that there is a gradual change in brightness and color from the task area to the surrounding. The task area should be located such that the operator can occasionally relax by looking away from the task area towards a distinct option or surface. Also, the glare often causes discomfort and also reduces visibility, and hence it should be minimized or, if possible, eliminated by the careful design of lighting sources and their positions. Noise. The noise at the workplace causes annoyance, damage to hearing, and reduction of work efficiency. The industrial safety rules specifies that acceptable noise level for different workplaces. Then the temperature. For an operator to perform the task efficiently, he should either feel hot nor cold. When the heavy work is done, the temperature should be relatively lower, and when the light work is to be done, the temperature should be relatively higher. Humidity and has a little effect on efficiency of that operator at ordinary temperature. However, at high temperature it affects significantly. The proper air circulation is very necessary to minimize the effect of high temperature and the humidity. So these are the some consideration we have to consider while designing the working environment between the man and machines. So this is all about today's lecture. The more or less this is all about today's session. I will see you in the next one.